Ladies and gentlemen, future billionaires, part-time philosophers, professional overthinkers, and proud owners of $5 bank balances. Welcome. Yes, you heard me right. I know some of you checked your mobile banking app 5 minutes ago and saw a balance so low it gave you emotional damage. It's okay. You're in the right place. My name is Jack Ma, but for the next 30 minutes, please don't call me a businessman, a tech guru, or a motivational speaker. Call me something more accurate. Grandmaster of failure. Why? Because I have failed at more things than your internet connection during a Zoom call. I have been rejected, dejected, inspected, and completely disrespected. And somehow, I still made it. I'm the living proof that if you fail enough times, eventually people will think you're a genius. Now today I'm not here to impress you with complex business jargon. I'm not going to throw around big confusing words like synergy, leverage, or blockchain, especially because I still don't fully understand blockchain. I'm not here to sell you a course, a dream, or an NFT of my face. I'm here for something better. I'm here to make you laugh, learn, and maybe, just maybe, help you see that failure isn't something to be ashamed of. It's something to collect like Pokemon. The more you have, the stronger you become. So sit tight, grab a snack, a drink, or a tissue in case you laugh until you cry. Get comfortable mentally, emotionally, and physically. Because this isn't just a motivational speech, this is therapy, Jack Ma style. And I promise you this, by the end, your ribs will hurt, your mindset will shift, and your $5 balance might just feel like $1 billion. Let's begin. Let me start with my proudest accomplishment. I got rejected from KFC. Yes, Kentucky Fried Chicken. I applied for a job when they opened in my hometown. There were 24 applicants, 23 people got accepted. Who was the only person rejected? The guy standing in front of you today? Apparently, I wasn't qualified to hand out chicken. But you know what's funny? Years later, when Alibaba became successful, KFC started using our delivery service in China. So technically, I now deliver their chicken on my terms. Moral of the story, rejection is just a delay, not a denial. Except if it's from your crush, that might be permanent. Let me give you another resume entry from my glorious failure career. I applied to Harvard 10 times. Yes, 10 times, not once, not twice. I basically harassed Harvard. I even started writing personal notes in the applications. Dear Harvard, it's me again. I'm still poor. Please accept me. They said no every single time. But now, Harvard invites me to give speeches. And I never forget to remind them, you could have had me for free, but now I charge. So what do we learn here? Be so good they can't ignore you, even if it takes 10 years and $1 billion. My English was terrible. When I started learning, I thought potato meant president. So once in a speech, I said, I want to be the potato of China. People clapped. I think they thought I meant I was down to earth. But here's how I improved. I used to ride my bicycle 40 minutes every day to a hotel in Hangzhou just to talk to tourists. For 9 years, for free. I became a tour guide who gave bad directions in broken English. But it worked. Eventually I got better. I even started understanding American sarcasm. That's when I knew I made it. Lesson? Don't wait to be perfect to start. Start broken, start weird, start like a potato. Just start. I failed my university entrance exam twice. The first time my math score was 1 out of 120. My mom asked, did you write your name? Yes, I did, and I still got 1 point. Maybe they liked the way I curved my J. Second time I got 19. They said, that's still not good, Jack. But eventually on the third attempt I passed. Not because I was smart, but because the examiners were tired of seeing my name. Listen, I'm not a genius. I don't know how to code. I don't know how to write software. I once confused HTML with ATM. But I had something better, a crazy belief that I could figure things out if I just stayed in the game long enough. You know how I came up with the name Alibaba? I was drinking beer in a San Francisco cafe and I asked the waitress, do you know Alibaba? She said, open sesame? I said, yes. Then I asked 30 people on the street the same question. All different nationalities. Everyone knew Alibaba. No one knew Jack Ma. I said, perfect, let's go with that. No fancy marketing team. Just beer, curiosity, and random strangers. You see, people wait for the perfect business idea. But the best ideas often come when you're broke, tired, and drinking alone in a strange city. When I pitched Alibaba to investors, 38 people said no. One investor told me, "Your idea is stupid and you look suspicious." I said, "Thank you, sir. I'll put that on my website." Eventually, 18 people invested $60,000. I told them, "You will regret this." They said, "We already do." But I kept going. I believed in myself when nobody else did. Confidence doesn't mean you're always right. It means you're not afraid to be wrong in public. I started Alibaba in my small apartment with 17 friends. The team was so broke we shared one computer. To check email, we formed a line like it was an ATM, but we had a rule. No lying, no stealing, no bossing. We didn't even know how to make money. We just wanted to help small businesses get online. The government thought we were scammers. My friends thought I was running a pyramid scheme. My neighbor thought we were playing Dungeons and Dragons, but we kept going. In 1999, we made zero. In 2000, we lost 1 million. In 2001, we lost 2 million. I thought, at this rate, we'll be trillionaires in negative cash flow. But by 2003, we started making money. Slowly, surely, stubbornly. When I told my parents I was starting an internet company, they asked, "What is internet?" I said, "It's like magic." They said, "Then why are you still broke?" Asian parents are the original startup investors' high expectations, no funding. But now, my dad brags to his friends, "My son was rejected by Harvard." Proudly. People think being a CEO means suits, jets, and motivational tweets. No. It means sitting in boring meetings where you pretend to understand what the tech guys are saying. Signing papers that make you wish you had paid attention in law class. Drinking too much coffee and not enough water. Giving speeches where half the audience is checking their phone and the other half is asleep. Success is like a rice cooker, slow, hot, and very unglamorous. But if you keep the lid on long enough, you'll smell the success. At Alibaba, we had a saying. We're not smart people, but we have smart dreams. Smart people overthink. They wait. They analyze. Stupid people, they jump in, they get punched in the face, they learn, they get rich. I had no plan, no tech background, no funding, no clue. But I had courage to look stupid. And that, my friends, is a billion-dollar skill. People laughed at me, a lot. They said, "Jack Ma looks like an alien. Jack Ma sounds like a cartoon. Jack Ma's company will never make it." Thank you, you just made me famous. Listen, when people laugh at your dream, don't get angry, get louder. Let your success be the punchline. Want to build a company? Marry someone patient. My wife once said, "I didn't marry you for money. I married you because you were funny and poor. Please stay funny." She keeps me grounded. Literally, every time I say, "Let's buy a yacht," she says, "Let's buy noodles." Best investment ever. I'm not here because I'm smart. I'm not here because I had money. I'm here because I failed more than you, and I kept going. If your dream doesn't scare you, it's too small. If people don't laugh at your vision, you're thinking too normal. If your plan makes sense to everyone, it's probably average. So today, I want you to promise me something. Be weird, be stubborn, be annoying, be the potato of your generation. When I first made $1 million, I asked my bank if I could see the money in cash. They said, "Why?" I said, "I just want to smell it." They brought me to a vault, I touched it, I cried, then I took a selfie with it. Why? Because I wanted to remember, this is what rejection smells like after you turn it into success. Thank you, everyone, and remember, you don't need to be the smartest, just be the one who refuses to quit. Now go out there and fail like a billionaire.